Okay, welcome to the tutorial for the game Order. Try to give you a feel for how you play the game, what the screen is doing, what's on the screen that you can use. What you see in the center of the screen right now is a small message window that pops up to give you input from time to time. Just tap the screen to dismiss it. In this case, I will be starting the game by hitting the flashing start button. This is level 1. There's 70 cards in the deck. On the screen is this gray area that shows who the current player is. In this case, the right deck is the human player, and the left side is the computer player. And in the higher levels, this gray bar will shrink as the turn continues, and when it gets all the way to the bottom, your turn is over. Your hand consists of 10 different cards, each of them with a random number drawn from the deck. This is the deck right here. The red area around it shows the number of cards remaining in the deck, and as they're drawn out, this will get smaller and smaller. This is the scoreboard up here. The computer player is called Bob. I am also Bob. The yellow score is the match total, and you play to a score of 1,000 to win a match. And there's several games involved, and you get different totals in each game that get you towards that total of 1,000. The top line is the game score. The middle line is the bonus score. And like I said, the bottom line is the match score. I'll get to all of that later in the tutorial. You can also refer to the help, the online help that's built into the game, which describes all of the scoring. Okay, so in level 1, which is what we're at, like I said, you have a deck of 70 cards, which means that the numbers ranging over here can be anywhere between 1 and 70. You can see I have a 70 right over here, but that's not going to work. The idea of the game is to get your hand in order, lowest to highest, first. First one to do that wins the game, gets 150 points, plus any bonus points. Bonus points are acquired by getting what are called runs, and a run is consecutive numbers. And when you get consecutive numbers, each one will be highlighted with a yellow ring around the card itself. Okay, so I'll start the game. Actually, the game is running, but since there's no timer in level 1, I can take as long as I want to make my play. Since the range of numbers would be 1 to 70, 39 would probably go right about there. So my 39 is showing there. 69 is a very high number, so the computer places it right up at the top. I've got a 52. I'm going to tap the deck to get another card because I want something better. Okay, so this 37 will go fine right under that 39. And the closer I can pack my cards, the easier it is. Now here you can see the computer has just put a small streak together. That's worth 25 bonus points. A streak of 3 will give it 50, a streak of 4, 100, and on up. Each time the amount doubles for the bonus. Your bonus total is only added to your match total if you win the game. All right? So it's kind of risky to go for these because you may lose the bonus points if you don't win the game. All right, so it's my turn. I'm going to come down here somewhere and put it at that point so you can see the 13 is there. The computer puts it up there. So I'm just going to play now, and if I see anything happen that seems of any importance, I'll mention it. So the 29 I'll put there. I'll stick the 25 under the 29. I can put the 18 in between the 25 and the 13. Look, I need a low number. Okay, so the computer drew, didn't take the first card. It didn't want the second one, so basically gave me the top card in the deck because it couldn't use it. You tap the deck once to get another card, and the second tap will hand the play over, basically pass your turn to your opponent. The 47 I can put right up here. Can see that the computer will put that down at the bottom. Now notice the computer now has 3 green cards. It also has 30 up in the game total. The only way you can win the game is if you turn all of your cards green, and that's from the very first card. As you can see, I've got them in order pretty much from the second card up. But that's not going to be winning me the game. I need to get the first card green. So it's really your total from the first card on up. And I don't have that here. I'm going to get another card. That's not helping me either. But I'll stick it down here because it gives me a little more space. Really need a low card here. Computer's not going to use that one. Gives it back to me. I don't need it. I don't need that either. Computer doesn't need it. Doesn't need that one. I need a low card, not getting it. And that card right there is going to win the game for the computer. You can see it turned red. It got 150 points for the game and 50 points in bonus up in here for a game total, a match total of 200. So we go to the next game. I'll hit next. Cards are being dealt. The computer goes first because it won the last game. I will put that up here. Let's see. Now you can see the computer has 2 cards in the streak here at 61 and 62. They're marked with yellow rings, but it doesn't really matter because it's not going to keep those cards. They needed to be higher up here in order for them to be useful. All right, 69, that's easy. That goes up at the top. And see how the green has jumped for the computer, although these really are not going to be retained. I need some low cards, and I am not getting them. So I'll put that there. Well, I'll replace that down there because I need a low card in the first spot in order to get my green ones going. Fits right in there. Now, if I lose any green card, now if I win, the computer will keep the value of these, which is the 60. That's why it's good to get your green cards in place as soon as possible. Now I'm just going to wrap this up with the, okay. So at the very least, I'll get 30 points here because I've got 3 green cards in place, even if the computer beats me again. Not going too well for me. Need some low cards. Okay, we'll put that right in there. Computer's not needing these cards, so and he did use it, and I lost again. But you can see that I got my 30 points as part of my total, so I'm not being shut out anymore. But the computer's well on its way to 1,000 points and a match win, which I could lose, which would cause me to lose. So let me think if there's anything else I can describe. The game also has a 2-player mode, which is done in landscape, and each player sits across from each other. It plays very well on mobile. It's a lot of fun for 2 people to play. You should definitely try that out if you have another person you can play with. So I hope this was helpful in terms of getting a quick understanding of how you play the game. The best thing to do is get into the game, try it out, and I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks for downloading it, and hope you have a lot of luck and a lot of fun playing it.